the example. The pride of Nigeria. With the blessings on our side, we shall go places.
Please be seated. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, you are all welcome to the nation's best University of Technology, the Federal University of Technology, Akure, and the most beautiful campus in Nigeria. A round of applause. For the first time, the School of Computing is organizing its first annual lecture under the leadership of the Dean, School of Computing, Professor Boniface Kayode Aleshe. A round of applause and congratulations to the School of Computing. With the title, The Role of Information Technology in Driving the Fourth Industrial Revolution, to be delivered this day by Dr. Yaya Johnson from Total Energies and Exploration and Production Nigeria. A round of applause. You are welcome to FUTA. And our meet today under the chairmanship of our Vice Chancellor, Professor Adenike Temidayo Oladiji, Fellow Academy of Science. You are welcome, sir. Sorry, you are welcome, man. To be supported by management team, the Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic, Professor Taiwo Timothy Amos. You are welcome, sir. The Deputy Vice Chancellor Development, Professor Sunday Samuel Oluyamo. You are equally welcome. The Chancellor of our Exchequer, Mr. Kende Oladeji, ably represented by Mr. Fabusuye. You are welcome, sir. And the University Librarian, Dr. Awoyemi Roberts. You are welcome, sir. And by this time of the divide, we have the host and the Dean, School of Computing, Professor Boniface Kayode Aleshe. Congratulations, you are welcome, sir. And equally, we have for the Chairman Committee of Deans, who is equally the Dean of School of Environmental Technology, Professor Isaac Olaniyi Aje. You are welcome, sir. Equally, before we proceed further, I would like to recognize the presence of our deans here. Please permit me as I start by recognizing the presence of the Dean, School of Physical Sciences, Professor Femi Adebola Barnabas. You are welcome, sir. We have the Dean of School of Basic Medical Sciences, Professor Akim Olalekan Lawa. You are welcome, sir. The former Chair Committee of Deans, who is equally the Dean, School of School of Health and Mineral Sciences, Professor Y.A.B. Anifowoshe. You are welcome, sir. The Dean, School of Postgraduate Studies, Professor Bello Oluwayo Olusoji. You are welcome, sir. And the Dean, School of Agric and Agricultural Technology, Professor Oluwatoyin Faramade Oludansi. You are welcome, sir. You are welcome, man. And we equally have the Dean of Student Affairs, Professor David Olalekan Olariwaju. Thank you, okay. Thank you, a round of applause for him. And we have the Dean, School of Life Sciences, Professor Michael Olufemi Ashamo. You are welcome, sir. Equally, I would like to recognize the presence of the former Deputy Vice Chancellor, Development, Professor Joseph Fadamiro, is in our midst. A round of applause for him. I would like to recognize the presence of the former Dean, School of Computing, and in his time, Chair Committee of Deans, Professor Sunday Adewale. You are welcome, sir. We have in our mix the former Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academic, Professor Arayela, Professor Latunde Arayela. You are welcome, sir. Thank you very much. Before we proceed further, I would like to invite Mrs. Tai Fagwe to please step forward and recognize the presence of our awardees. Thank you very much. A round of applause. You are welcome. The former Chair, Committee of Deans, former Dean, School of Sciences, and one-time member of Governing Council, Professor Olubode Kolade Koriko. A round of applause. You are welcome, Mr. Nawade. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Vice Chancellor, other principal officers, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I will start by recognizing first Emeritus Professor Samuel Oluwole Falaki. Thank you, sir. We also have Professor Osi Akinyokun. We have in our midst also former Dean, the Den School of Sciences, Professor Oke Koriko. And also Pioneer Dean, School of Computing, Professor O.S. Adewale. Mr. Babatunde Sylvester Ige, you are welcome. We have Dr. Opeyemi Ajayi. We have Mr. George Oladiran Babafemi. Mr. Fawaz Odesoya. And Mr. Ogunbolu Temitope. Thank you. These are our awardees. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Madam Fabuye. Let me quickly recognize the presence of heads of department of the School of Computing. I would like, with due permission of Madam Vice Chancellor, invite to the top table, Chair, Local Organizing Committee, Professor Obe. Please, if you are there, come to the top table. We have Professor Haro Akinyede, the head of Department Information System. Please, you are welcome. We have Professor KG Akintola of Software Engineering. You are welcome. We have Professor B.M. Kuboye of Information Technology. You are welcome. We have Dr. A.F. Oshuolale, Computer Science. You are welcome. And we have Dr. O.D. Alowolodo, Cyber Security. Thank you very much. Professor Obe is the chairman, local organizing committee, and other members of local organizing committee. You are all welcome to this program. And greatest Futurians, you are all welcome. I would like to invite the Dean for his welcome address. Thank you very much.
The Vice Chancellor, Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic, Deputy Vice Chancellor Development, Registrar, other principal officers, deans, directors, and HODs, the guest lecturer of today, awardees of this day, staff of the School of Computing, invited guests, students of the School of Computing, great Futurians, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great pleasure that I welcome you all to the School of Computing Maiden Annual Lecture. This momentous occasion marks a significant milestone in our school's journey as we strive to be at the forefront of innovation and technological advancement. The theme of our lecture, the role of information technology in driving fourth industrial revolution, is particularly timely and relevant. The fourth industrial revolution is characterized by the fusion of technologies that blur the lines between the physical, digital, and biological spheres, transforming industries, economics, and societies worldwide. The School of Computing is a descendant of the defunct School of Sciences, Department of Industrial Mathematics and Computer Science, and the Department of Computer Science. We appreciate the roles of the founding fathers of the defunct departments, the immediate past two Vice Chancellor, Professor A.G. Daramola and Professor J. Fuakwe, and the current Vice Chancellor, Professor A.T. Oladiji, the pioneering Dean of the school, Professor O.S. Adewale, former Dean of School of Science, Professor O.K. Koriko, past and present HOD of departments and the entire staff in the school in the birth and the growth of the school. It is on record that FUTA was the first university to establish a school of computing after computing was pronounced the 14th discipline in Nigeria. It is also worthy of mentioning that computing FUTA ranks among the best in Nigeria. Hence, the accolades, many accolades won. This can be attested to by numerous outstanding feats nationwide and worldwide. Some of these products are eminently present here today. In a short while, they will be honored as distinguished alumni awardees of the school, and I wish to congratulate all the recipients. The school has witnessed tremendous progress within the short time of creation in all areas. However, we are using this opportunity to request aid and support for the school in our need for facilities and tools. As of today, we have 4 lecture rooms and just 2 laboratories, needing furniture and other facilities. There are also several staff offices built that are yet to be used due to lack of adequate furniture and necessary equipment. Fair enough, some of our alumni, some of whom are here today, have promised to help us somehow in this aspect. I want to appreciate their sincere commitment and genuine concern. My prayer is that God will help them to fulfill their promises. The topic of today's lecture to be delivered by he who is not only an alumnus of the school, but also the university valedictorian of his set, is centered on the 4th Industrial Revolution for IR. It presents both opportunities and challenges. On one hand, it has the potential to improve the quality of life, address global challenges, and create new economic opportunities. On the other hand, it raises concerns about job displacement, privacy, and potential for misuse of technology. To navigate the complexities of the 4IR, it will be essential for individuals, businesses, and governments to adapt to rapid technological changes, invest in education and skills development, and develop ethical framework for the use of technology to bring about desirable economic transformation and induce the necessary social changes with minimal social effect of the environmental challenges and negligible socio-political perturbances. We are faced with essential revolution that is deemed to eventually permeate every technological, social, political, and environmental spheres in our life. As the Dean of School of Computing, I'm proud to say that our school is uniquely positioned to play a pivotal role in shaping this revolution. Our faculty members are experts in their respective fields, conducting cutting-edge research and developing innovative solutions to complex challenges. In a similar vein, our students who are not academically disadvantaged are passionate and talented individuals, eager and determined to make a positive impact on the world. Information technology is a driving force behind the 4th Industrial Revolution. IT enables the development and deployment of disruptive technology, such as artificial intelligence, machine learning, the Internet of Things, quantum computing, blockchain, and more. These technologies are innovations that introduce new products of services that challenge the status quo of an industry or market. They often have the potential to overturn established business models and create new market leaders. However, these technologies are revolutionizing industries like manufacturing, healthcare, transportation, and finance, creating new opportunities and transforming how they live and work. Information technology has emerged as indispensable foundation upon which the 4th Industrial Revolution is built. It serves as the enabler, providing the essential infrastructure and tools necessary for creation and implementation of the state-of-the-art technologies. At the heart of IT's role lies the capacity to facilitate seamless interconnectivity. IT enables devices and systems to communicate and interact with one another, creating a fast network of interconnected components. The interconnectivity is crucial for the integration and coordination of diverse technology, such as artificial intelligence, machine learning, Internet of Things, and blockchain. In essence, it acts as the connective tissue that binds the technologies together, allowing them to work in synergy and unleash their full potential. By providing the essential infrastructure, tools, and interconnectivity, IT empowers innovation and drives transformative changes that define the 4th Industrial Revolution. At the School of Computing, we are committed to equipping our students with knowledge, skills, and tools they need to succeed in the rapidly evolving landscape. We offer diverse range of undergraduate and postgraduate programs that cover the latest development in IT, including artificial intelligence, computer science, cybersecurity, information system, information technology, software engineering, and data science. Our goal is to produce graduates who are not only technologically proficient, but also who have strong understanding of the ethical and societal implications of IT. We believe that IT has the potential to be a force for good in the world, but it's also important to consider the potential risks and challenges. In conclusion, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the Vice Chancellor, Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academy, Deputy Vice Chancellor, Development, Registrar and Principal Officers, Deans, Directors, and Heads of Department for their invaluable contribution to our success in the School of Computing. I express my deep appreciation to all distinguished individuals, including our esteemed guests, faculty members, and staff for the invaluable contribution to the success of our school. I wish to offer my special thanks to the organizing committee led by Professor Olumide Obi. I'm confident that this annual lecture will serve as a valuable forum for discussing the pivotal role of information technology in propelling those industrial revolution. I encourage you all to actively engage in this intellectual network, participate meaningfully in the discussion, and share your valuable insight and expand your knowledge base. Thank you. God bless.
Still and better, we can sustain that approach. Thank you very much. Let me quickly recognize the presence of the Director of Center for Entrepreneurship, FUTA, Professor Mrs. Daramola. You are welcome, ma'am. The Director of CCHMP, Mr. Adeleke Adibino Adebanjo. You are welcome, sir. And we have the Associate Director of ODL, FUTA, Dr. Lutayo. You are welcome. Thank you very much. To this center, I would like to bring to the podium for our address the Vice Chancellor, Professor Adenike Temidayo Oladiji, Fellow Academy of Science. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. The Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic, Deputy Vice Chancellor Development, Registrar, University Librarian, the Bossa, top government functionaries, my lords, spiritual and temporal, our distinguished guest lecturer, Dr. Yaya Johnson, Dean School of Computing, Professor Boniface Kayode Alishi, other deans, directors, and heads of departments, distinguished awardees, members of staff and students of the School of Computing, great Futarians, gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It is my delight to welcome everyone to this noble occasion, the first annual lecture of the School of Computing. I'm always excited by firsts, and maybe that's why I've chosen to brand myself with the School of Computing shirt. This is because it is not always easy to initiate a program or project, and that is why it is said that beginning is half the battle. People who start any noble endeavor are truly special because they must have overcome myriads of challenges, such as self-doubt, getting people to buy in, socioeconomic circumstances, and many more. More than anything else, our current socioeconomic circumstances are enough to douse any enthusiasm that an individual may have towards initiating something new. Without mincing words, it takes an individual with a heart of lion to attempt a project or program in 2024 Nigeria. And that is why I salute the courage and vision of Professor Boniface Kayode Alishi, the Dean School of Computing, for the efforts that birthed this lecture. I welcome very specially our guest speaker, Dr. Yaya Johnson. I thank you most sincerely for identifying with FUTA, your alma mater. Earlier today, I did make this joke that I was going to withdraw his certificate because since he graduated, I think he said that probably this is the second time he will be visiting FUTA after graduation. So if we withdraw the certificate, I think he will come back again and again and again to try and get it. But I sincerely hope that your interaction with us will not end with this lecture of today. There are several programs in FUTA, particularly in the School of Computing, School of Engineering, and the School of Earth and Mineral Sciences, through which FUTA and Total Energies exploration and production can interface for mutual benefits. I count on Professor Alishe to strengthen this collaboration. I thank all the awardees who we consider as our pride in their various places of endeavor. I was told, just as I was coming in today, that one of us came in all the way from the US to grace this occasion. We thank you for coming. And I think I was also told that he was not here alone, he was here with his parents. Am I correct? Okay. So we thank you, and we thank the proud parents of our awardee for also joining the awardee. As Yorubas, we keep praying that Ishi Anwomo wa Shuju wa. I think that prayer God has answered for you today. Believe me, there are so many more awards that will come his way and the way of many of us as we move forward by God's grace. Let me also thank the organizing committee under the chairmanship of Professor Olumide Obe. Lectures, conferences, workshops constitute the recipe for a vibrant academic environment. Therefore, your efforts, which culminated in today's events, are well appreciated. We believe that these town and gown interactions must be promoted in the university. I'm a firm believer that science is for man. So whatever it is that we do in the university, whatever inventions, innovations that we have, is to be used by man. Even if we find a new way to make chicken fat, it's because man wants to eat chicken. The Yoruba people say we don't feed chicken, basically because we love chicken. We feed chicken because we love our tummy. Today's lecture holds a lot of promise. Industrial revolutions have shaped and reshaped our worlds. Looking back at the industrial revolutions, that is the first, the second, and the third, we would be tempted to wonder how people had coped in the past, even as recent as the 19th century. About 15 years ago, I was trying to correct one of my children who was getting addicted to television. And I said to him, I said, why is it that you can't live without this TV and the cartoons and all of those things? And I said, in our days, we wait till about 4 o'clock, 4:30, when the TV stations will open. And then it will close at 11:15 with the news cap. So there was nothing like all day. We are eager to wait for Sesame Street at 4 o'clock, 4:30, and then that will be all. And he said to me, he said, Mom, how did you cope? I said, of course, it was okay. He said, life would have been boring. I said, well, that's to you. But that was what people think. That's what the generation of now think. How did we cope? We coped, and we did cope well. I look back at the days when people would queue for hours at NITEL office just to make 5 minutes phone call. I'm sure some of us experienced it. The years when we would write a letter and expect it to travel for 2 weeks to its destination, and we will wait for another 2 weeks or more for the reply. I remember when it would take a week or more to obtain a passport photograph. After overcoming a long queue and ceaseless appointments at the photographer's end, and so on and so on. We can look and think and just smile over these things. Scientists have indeed changed our world through creativity and innovations. They have moved us from the first industrial revolution, which transformed operations from manual labor to the use of machines. The era came with steam engines as source of power. Further innovations birthed the second industrial revolution with electricity, playing a critical role, and mass production making life more pleasurable. I tried not too long ago to look at the innovations that has happened with football. And I recollect that when football started, it was just pure black and white footballs. And when the TV came, and the TV came as black and white, people thought it was difficult differentiating between the ball and the black and white TV. So color came into the football. As additional innovations to football, the football that used to be joined together as panels before has now become a complete entity, only one ball. And not too long ago, we had technology coming into football. Now we have the virtual assistant referees. Everywhere is going digital and industrial, and they know everything is becoming digital and IT. And if you don't key into it, then you are left far, far behind. It is the digital age. But while we were still basking in the euphoria of the digital age, which turned the whole world into a global village, the fourth industrial revolution popped up. We are now dealing with artificial intelligence, the Internet of Things, robotics, biotechnology, and so on and so forth. We don't know where this will lead us. We truly don't know. The man of the field, Dr. Yaya Johnson, of Total Energies Exploration and Productions, Nigeria, is here today to elucidate the role of IT in driving fourth industrial revolution. I am convinced by the professional background of our distinguished guest speaker, particularly because he's an alumnus of FUTA, that our time at this lecture will be worth the while. Let me apologize in advance because some of us may not be able to wait till the end of the program, but we will surely wait till the end of the lecture. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I warmly welcome everyone as I wish everyone happy listening. Thank you all for coming.
A round of applause again for the Mandarin Vice Chancellor. Thank you very much. Let me quickly recognize the presence of the Secretary to the Council FUTA, our distinguished registrar, Mr. Charles Olusegun Adeleye. You are welcome, sir. I would like to as well recognize the presence of the Director of Physical Planning, Engineer Boyimbode. You are welcome. The Director of Career Development, Professor Mrs. Downside, is ably represented by Mrs. Oluwabumi Adejoke Koyejo. You are welcome. I would like to invite the Director of DCCMP, Mr. Adeleke Adigbenro Adigbanjo, to please step forward and read the citation of the guest lecturer. Thank you very much.
Madam Vice Chancellor, after that, I adopt the already established protocol. Dr. Johnson Yaya was born in 1975 in Arigidi, Akoko, a town in Ondo State, Nigeria. He spent his formative years in his hometown, attending St. James Anglican Primary School and later Okota High School. His academic brilliance was evident from an early age as he consistently performed well in his studies. In 1995, Dr. Yaya embarked on his higher education journey, enrolling at the Federal University of Technology, Akure, where he pursued a degree in computer science. His dedication and intellect paid off when he graduated in 2001 with first-class honors, emerging as the overall best graduating student. His exceptional performance earned him 6 academic awards, including the prestigious Vice Chancellor's Prize, which marked him as a standout scholar in his cohort. Upon completing his National Youth Service Corps program, Dr. Yaya's academic accomplishments continued to open doors. He was awarded the highly coveted Commonwealth DFID scholarship, which provided full funding for his postgraduate studies in the United Kingdom. He pursued a Master of Science in Computer Graphics and the Virtualization at the University of Hull, graduating in 2003. Dr. Yaya's decision to return to Nigeria after completing his studies was driven by his desire to contribute to the technological advancement of the country and apply his skills to benefit his homeland. In 2004, Dr. Yaya began his professional career as an operations system support engineer at MTN Communications, one of Nigeria's leading telecommunications companies. His technical expertise and leadership qualities quickly became apparent, and by the following year, he had joined Elf Petroleum as a network administrator. By the way, Elf is now Total Energies Exploration and Production Nigeria. Over the years, he progressed through the ranks, eventually becoming the head of IT infrastructure. In this role, Dr. Yaya honed his skills in IT infrastructure management, cyber security, cloud computing, and project management. His responsibilities took him across Africa, Europe, Asia, and North America, where he managed large-scale enterprise-level projects and led diverse multinational teams. While excelling in his professional career, Dr. Yaya remained committed to his academic growth. In 2013, he enrolled in a PhD program at the University of Ibadan, focusing his research in enhancing recursive ranking algorithms. His work introduced user-biased parameters that allow such algorithms to be tailored to individual traits and preferences, contributing to advancements in data retrieval and user experience. His research gained international recognition, and in 2016, he presented his findings at the AW International Conference in Toronto, Canada. There, he received the Best Paper Award of Excellence, solidifying his reputation as a thought leader in his field. Dr. Yaya completed his PhD in 2019, and his work has since influenced the development of more personalized search engines and algorithms, mentorship, and leadership. As an esteemed alumnus of the Commonwealth Scholarship Commission, Dr. Yaya in CSC mentorship program, guiding young scholars in their academic and professional journeys. His role as a mentor reflects his commitment to fostering the next generation of leaders and innovators, particularly in the field of technology. Dr. Yaya continues to engage in independent research, collaborating with academic institutions in Canada, where he spent much of his time. His current research interests span artificial intelligence and machine learning, enterprise IT solutions, cloud computing, cyber security, and the knowledge economy. Personal life. In summary, Dr. Yaya's career is characterized by a relentless pursuit of excellence, both academically and professionally. His contributions to IT, his female Vice Chancellor, Professor Adenike Oladiji, and the Dean, School of Computing, Professor Kayode Aleshe, invite Dr. Yaya to make history by delivering the very first edition of the annual lecture of the School of Computing, FUTA. Dr. Yaya.
Thank you, 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 thank you. The Vice Chancellor, Deputy Vice Chancellor Academics, the Deputy Vice Chancellor Development, the Registrar, other university principal officers, the Dean of the School of Computing, the Dean of the School of Computing, and other deans present, the professors, uh, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed. And then, of course, my fellow great Futarians. Good morning to you all. I can't take a great privilege to stand before you this morning. And of course, I'm actually very nervous standing in front of my great lecturers and mentors. I can remember, as I'm just looking at the face, I remember some of the courses as well. Professor Akiyoku, I can remember IMC 242. Professor Koriko from IMC 102. The YDS. Professor Falaki. Yeah, I remember computer architecture by Professor Adewale, who coincidentally was the external supervisor for my PhD program in UI. Yes, I remember data structure and algorithm, compiler, and all that. It was with our Professor Alishe, yeah, that took over the computer architecture lecturing at the later stage. And also Professor Bola, I can remember. No, Sister Auntie Ore, we used to call her Auntie Ore those days. She taught us the ESPA system. Yeah. Thank you very much for all you have done. You've contributed greatly to make some. There is also a notion of learning too much theoretical background, particularly when it comes to computer science. Our curriculums are very good. There is something wrong with our curriculum. So the principles and the fundamentals that are taught, they are very useful in life and in every sphere of profession. So it's very important. So without wasting too much of our time, so the topic for the lecture today is the role of IT in driving a fourth industrial revolution. So from the historical perspective, we see that over the years, several significant transitions have led to changes in the speed, quality, and structure of production processes. Each transition has its unique contribution to the modern world we live in today. These transitions were driven by the Industrial Revolution. Industrial Revolution implied a growth rate increase in industrial production. To date, the world has seen three waves of industrial revolution before where we are today, which is the fourth industrial revolution. So the idea is, back in the ages, so the people that live, if you look at centuries ago, looking at 15th century, 16th century, 17th century, the quality of life then were virtually the same. There were no much improvement because human relied on physical effort. Okay, and the main profession then were agrarian, agriculture, and then the handicrafts. So all human knew then was to use machine, to use hand, okay, build muscle, and then the parents then, that's where the notion of having male child also came from, okay, having people that are strong that can work. So life generally depended on how much energy, how much power you have. And then in the advancement of, I think the help that were available then were basically with the help of animals. So people use animals, camels and all that to help with cultivation and all that. But then, here came the Industrial Revolution. The first Industrial Revolution, which started from the Great Britain in late 18th century. So the first Industrial Revolution was characterized by the introduction of steam engine. So there was the invention of the steam engine, okay, and this steam engine was now being used in diverse kind of form. to help with the cultivation, to help, and then as a result of that, you have improved so you have improved productivity. So as a result of that, so what used to take a lot of people to achieve, so they could not achieve using less resources. So the productivity became highly increased, and then the living condition of the people also increased. So like I said before, this revolution started from the Great Britain and later spread to the rest of the Europe and America. So that's the first industrial revolution. So the world then thought, oh, they've seen a lot. Then here comes the second industrial revolution, which was between late 19th century and then early 20th century. So the major invention of the second industrial revolution was the electricity and the combustion engine. So with the aid of electricity, of course, you now have opportunity to develop machines that could power massive, that have powerful production capability. And as a result of that, of course, the world, the real industrialization now started, where you have the product that can be converted, you have the product converting to different other products, and then the general condition of living of human was greatly improved. So from the second industrial revolution, you have a third industrial revolution, which started in the late 20th century. And most of us sitting here today, I think, witnessed the third industrial revolution. Now, it is also referred to as the digital revolution. Okay, this age gave back to electronics and ICT, information and communication technology. Okay, and that is the same era that gave back to internet, computers, and all that. So while third industrial revolution is an era of rapid technology process associated with development of information technology, it is this era that electronics and information technology was used to further advance automation. So the third industrial revolution, with the introduction of computer and then the internet, now we're just laying foundation for a life that will become mind-boggling. Okay? It lays foundation for what we have today in the fourth industrial revolution. So fourth industrial revolution, which is also referred to as Industry 4.0, which is what this lecture today is all about. So the fourth industrial revolution represents a fundamental shift in the way we live, work, in the way we live and work. Okay? So this age, the fourth industrial revolution, dramatically changed the way human live. Those days that we were in school here in Futa, I remember one of the major challenges was to get the right material for every course. Okay, at the beginning of every semester, I spent a lot of. The first thing is to identify the right kind of material. So it was really very difficult. So you had to scan through the library and all that. But today, of course, using Google and other search engines, you have unlimited resources. It's as far as you can go. That's how far. First industrial revolution was first mentioned by the founder of the World Economic Forum, which is Professor Klaus Schwab, in 2016. So the industrial revolution, which we are in today, is actually characterized by three main things. Is in terms of the velocity, the scope, the impact. So things are not just changing, but they are changing very, very rapidly. So the virality of technology is consuming everyone, to the point that even the inventors are surprised at what what they have invented are capable of doing. So the international diffusion is exponentially faster than the earlier industrial revolution. Of course, so like I mentioned earlier, the third industrial revolution laid the foundation, okay, for the fourth industrial revolution. And that's why anything you is any invention anywhere, the virality is just instant. Okay, and then also it's important to mention that Africa in particular were left behind in the earlier industrial revolution. So that's why even at the 20th century, and even as at now, the agriculture we practice and all that, we are still using some of the techniques that were used before even the first industrial revolution. And also the electricity that was a major invention, a major driver of the second industrial revolution. Today we are still battling with stable electricity. But what cannot be denied, in this era of fourth industrial revolution, it provides opportunity for cash up. Cash up in the sense that the same research, the same information that is available to anyone across the world is available to you wherever you are. So the same kind of knowledge, resources that's available in North America, in Europe, is also available. So through your internet and through various devices, everyone can hook onto it. So, and this is what makes fourth industrial revolution to be very, very unique. So you don't have to wait anymore. Back in the days, you know what it takes if you want to communicate to people. Send letters. Remember, back in the village those days, few people that actually can write letter in Yoruba language, not English now. So we do go from house to house. Okay, a parent will call you that you want to write a letter to somebody in Lagos. Okay, and then they will be dictating in our local dialect. You'll be writing it in Yoruba. So that is the life we experienced. Just how many years ago? Not long ago. I'm talking about 30, 40 years ago. So it's not long ago. So that is how it used to be. And then when you post a letter from maybe from Akure here, before somebody gets it in Lagos, some of the information become even outdated. But today, all that has changed. So information is now at the speed of light, just instant. Now, and what made fourth industrial revolution to be so dramatic, and to the extent that, as it is, even what's going to happen in the next 10 years is not clear to anyone. But one thing that is sure is that the world we live today is going to be so much different, so much different in the next just 10 years. Okay? Talking about 10 years, 20 years time, there will be dramatic changes because some of the technology that is driving the fourth industrial revolution, they have reached maturity and now they are being endorsed across the world. So, the major driver of fourth industrial revolution is the advancement in IT. Okay, IT started in the fourth industrial revolution, but there have been series of advancements in different spheres of IT without even coordination. Okay, so various aspects of IT were developing. Okay, and then now these technologies now come together and making the world to be where it is today. So, recent breakthroughs in information technology is unleashing new capabilities which is fundamentally changing the nature of work. Economic models are being disrupted, creating new industries and business models. So, we're going to look at some of this technology that is making a fourth industrial revolution that is creating this wave. We'll look at some of them in details. So in order of listing, we have artificial intelligence and machine learning. We have the Internet of Things. We have blockchain, 5G and connectivity, the 5G network, the robotics, big data and data analytics, cloud computing, then we have virtual reality and then augmented reality. So starting with the artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence encompasses machine learning, neural networks, and natural language processing, enabling machines to learn from data and make decisions. AI, as it's fondly called, happens to, maybe it's not yet realized, but I think it's going to be the major invention that the world has ever seen. And of course, there are different parts of AI. Okay, you have the machine learning, the deep learning, of course, which is powered by the by neural networks. That is the underlying technology driving deep learning. You have the natural language processing. Okay, and then you have the robotics. So these are arms of AI that is changing the world dramatically. And the impact can be seen in automating complex processes, support personalized recommendation, fraud detection, and in many other cases. So basically, machine learning simply, it could just be described as you can call it technology, okay, that enables machine to learn from data and then make decisions, okay, or predictions without being specifically programmed. Of course, the computer will know before you say it's garbage in, garbage out. You just give computer something, you program it there, and then when you are expecting the result, you get the result there. Of course, to a large extent too, you can say machine learning has some garbage in, garbage out. Because if you garbage in data that is wrong, okay, the predictions also will be in that line of direction. If you have data that says man has 4 legs, for example, and that's all you have, okay, if by the time you run your algorithm, okay, by the time you generate your models, if you are making your predictions, you're going to be having that kind of predictions. But in order not to make the system to be docile, okay, in order to not to make the system to be dogmatic in a way that it's just garbage in, garbage out. That is why the AI is now introduced into it. So with the aid of AI, so the machine now is now intelligent. So the idea is to make the machine by mimicking human brain, human reasoning. Okay? So you can now, the machine is now capable of, even when you are telling lies, the machine can still tell you. Okay? So with the AI, so you have machines that are trained, okay, to understand and to reason like human. And you know that in many systems, many technological systems, okay, human beings are usually the weak link. Okay, in the sense that when you give human being tasks to perform, okay, even though the technical competency might not be in doubt, of course there are other circumstances that you cannot envisage. It could be out of situation, maybe something just happened, someone left home in the morning, maybe someone annoyed him and in the home before he left and all that, and that affects human being. So you have drivers, for example, you have someone that takes alcohol or drugs before driving. So there's no technology that can actually correct that because he's a human, he's taking that. And that is why machines have been proven to be much more reliable because machine has no emotion. So by the time you train the machine is able to perform that task over and over. And the good thing about it is, as you perform the task, it gets better. It gets better at different iterations. It gets better. Okay. So artificial intelligence today is driving a lot of things in the world, and more and more of it, if you can see it in different spheres. Even in the warfare, if you follow the wars that are ongoing in Europe and Middle East, you can see the impact of AI, robotics, the impact of the drones and all that. So it is very important to be aware of all this technology and then also to be ready for them. So the second of such technology is the Internet of Things. By description, is a network of interconnected devices and sensors that communicates and share data. Okay, Internet of Things basically is a technology that allows the interconnection of devices. Okay, you have your devices, different devices. So now devices are coming with sensors and then Wi-Fi enabled. In the West, most of the devices now, the fridge are Wi-Fi enabled, they have sensors. Right here, I can switch off the cooling in my home in Toronto. Okay, so you can regulate the temperature. So that is how technology is revolutionizing the world. Okay, so and how is this possible? Is by introduction of, with the aid of the sensors, then you have the programming that allows the machine to be aware of the environment. So it's able to sense from the environment and then pass on the information. So Internet of Things is already being used in many spheres of life, but in the very near future, it's going to gain more and more popularity. And that's why this equipment now, household equipment, they are being prepared for what you call the smart home. So the future home will be a very smart home where your microwave can communicate with your fridge, and then from there, even your dining table will be intelligent, and you can get your dinner served when you are going home. So you should be ready for that. Another technology of interest is blockchain. Blockchain is a very revolutionized technology that is unfortunately being misunderstood today, and particularly from the developing countries. So by definition, it's a decentralized digital ledger that records transactions across a network of computers. So one of the things that make blockchain to stand out is the immutability. Okay, it's immutable in the sense that once a record is generated, okay, it cannot be changed because you have it written many nodes. Okay, depend on, you can have thousands of nodes across the network. So, and this technology is making tremendous changes today. And unfortunately, is because the policymakers are getting a different side of it, they think it's scam. Of course, there are a lot of scam in blockchain and cryptocurrency generally, but of course, the innovation that is there cannot be denied. The first time I started paying attention to blockchain, I went to a public library in Toronto, Toronto, Canada, and I saw two books there, on cryptocurrency. I was surprised. I've been hearing about it, but anytime I heard, I thought, oh, this is just like a scam. Okay, but seeing books on cryptocurrency in the public library in Canada, I was like, hey, there will be something there. So, it is important for us not to ignore technology. Even though in the West, because of various scams that are involved, the policymakers, they know that this thing has to be highly regulated. But of course, they also don't want to stiff innovation. And this is why I think the developing nations like Nigeria should be taking advantage. When there are new technology, we need to seek to understand and then to move fast. You don't wait for the regulations. Okay? The West, of course, by virtue of their position, they are more or less like the police of the world. Okay? Not just in terms of security, but in terms of technology. And this is one advantage that China is taking advantage of. Okay? China will not wait for the technology to be fully matured. They will not wait for all the regulations to be put in place. So they go for first mover advantage. Across the world now, the various blockchain companies, they are looking for environment that has the kind of regulation where they can operate. And they are going to the countries where they are establishing their startup in countries where they feel that the regulations can be favorable. Okay? Why the big ones? Of course, because it's like is there someone that have not eaten? You don't talk about balanced diet. If you have not eaten for 1 week, so balanced diet should not be your main priority. Okay? So in Africa, in Nigeria in particular, I think we should be ready to take advantage of technology and not wait. Today, some of our youth that even EFCC is chasing up and down, some of them are even doing cryptocurrency. But because the state actors don't even understand this thing, when they see your phone and see an app there, they think you are into scam. No. Of course, there are people into scam that are into scam, but I can tell you that majority of these youths are just doing what a lot of their mates are and measure that speed. So the 5G, by the time it matures, is going to revolutionize connection, and that is what will drive most of this technology that we are talking about today. Then look at robotics. Of course, robotics was invented in during the second industrial revolution, and it's being used in particularly automobile industry. Okay, they design robots that are able to perform repetitive tasks that humans used to do. Okay, like spraying vehicle. I mean the automotive manufacturers now, like you have Toyota, Hyundai, and all of them. So they use robots in their industry to be able to increase the speed of production. But the robot that was invented then, they were actually only able to perform what they've been asked to do. In a way, there's a limitation about robots just performing the task repetitively. Okay. But recent, the advancement in robots, okay, you now have what you call cobots, okay, which is collaborative robots. So now you have the introduction of AI into robots, and the robots now, they are now more aware of the environment. So they are able to work together, they are able to collaboratively work with humans and also with fellow robots. And they talk to you, you can ask your robot to go and bring your notebook. They talk to you, you can ask your robot to go and bring your notebook for you. Your robot can serve you a cup of tea. So that is where the technology is taking us to. And it will not be long. Okay, some of this technology, they already reached maturity stage. But because of the regulations and a lot of things, standards that need to be put in place. So that is why they have been held back. Recently, Tesla, they did a demo of their robot, okay, and the robot taxi, of course, which is their autonomous vehicle. So the future of Uber, the future of taxi, you just have people you buy like maybe 5-10 robot taxi, and that's your company. So you are the one operating those taxi remotely, because they are autonomous. Okay, they are autonomous. They are able to drive. They are able to do everything. So you just manage them, and that would be like you have a company. You have 10 robot taxi that you are using to run the transportation. Yeah, thank you. So yeah, let me be fast now. So the other one is data analytics. Okay, big data analytics. So data has evolved from where data used to be. Okay, the concept of big data is very fascinating. Okay, the big data is characterized by one, the volume, okay, the velocity, and then you have the virality, okay, and the value. So big data, you have complex voluminous data that need to be processed, and AI, the food for AI is data. Sure, people have no options. So today it's sensible to, when you are deploying IT solutions, you look at what are you using. See, software as service, infrastructure as service, or now we have platform as service. So virtual reality, of course, you hear of metaverse and all that. So it's in development and already being used, where you need to use headset and all that. And then the augmented reality is the one that where you can do your interaction without even that. Now, looking at all this technology, there are implications for businesses and then for policymakers and then for individuals. So we look at some of the implications. Now, cybersecurity is one of the challenges that Fourth Industrial Revolution threw out. Okay. Now, in IT security, because that's what we call it before. You had IT security. You only concerned with managing your local area network. Okay, you talk about your firewall, your VPN, and then your antivirus. Okay, those are what we were concerned with. But when technology blew up, now you have people working remotely. You have connections everywhere. So then the cyber attack became so prominent. Okay, and to solve this problem, that's why you have cybersecurity. Cybersecurity today is one of the growing emerging professions, and it's very, very important. It's becoming a key part because as more and more technology becomes evolved, that is the same way the threats increased. So that's very, very important. Okay. Now the bias for AI also can affect decision making, like I mentioned before. If all your data is biased, that for example that white is better than black, for example, if you had that kind of a thing. So when you run your algorithm and you are trying to take some decisions, so the bias, okay, that you have from your data can also have impact on your data. And then the social inequality is like the case of rich getting richer. Okay, the technology provider, the people with skills, okay, they are going to be getting more and more and more, of which the other people, okay, might become at a disadvantage if that is inevitable. Also, the issue of job displacement, workforce readiness, the automation, and all that. With all this new technology, people need to be trained and retrained. Okay, you need to unlearn some things and then learn new technology. So this is one of the things that people need to be aware of. Okay, we also look at the economic impact in terms of market concentrations. You look at the global giants in tech, they are still the ones taking over most of this technology. So that is another challenge. So it's difficult for the young startup to catch up with them. So when the technology is introduced, now all of them are doing, Microsoft, Google, all of them, they are investing heavily in AI because they know that AI is the in thing. And then the uncertainty in regulation. Like I mentioned earlier, regulation is very important, okay? So across the world now, they are still thinking about how to regulate AI because the disadvantage of AI could also be massive. Okay, you are looking at all the good things that AI can do, but also AI can do a lot of wrong things because the people that are doing wrong things, they are also doing their research and see how they can use AI to enhance their enterprise. Okay, so this is going to affect the traditional industries, having a lot of impact on the way we do things going forward. Now, the emerging technologies actually, talking about quantum computing is one of the emerging technologies that is going to drive and complement the technology we have today. And then, even in terms of AI, the introduction of AI into many spheres of life is just beginning. So in the next few years, you are going to see AI, most of the platforms driven by AI, most of the things so it become apparent to the extent that in everyday life, you start interacting with AI. So, yeah, I know the time is fast spent. So in conclusion, it's very important for individuals to be ready. And then also for parents also, yeah, all courses are good, but it's also very important to look at it because the workforce of the future is going to be highly impacted. Okay, a lot of jobs will go, definitely, while new jobs will be created. That's why it's very timely for FUTA to have a school of computing now, because now computing is the in thing. So to parents, it's also an advice. You look at courses, okay, that are also going to be driven this technology, the technological age that we are in. So, yeah, that's just the. I'll just bring it back to. I know that the time is well spent. So for individual policymakers and all that, we need to be ready for the explosion of technology, and there is no hidden place wherever you are. Thank you very much. I'll take questions now. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Shall we sustain the applause for our guest lecturer as we are having a seat? I would like, before I invite our Vice Chancellor for the question and answer session, I would like to introduce and welcome one of our awardees. He is a former president of FUTASU, 1997 to 1998. Is a former member of the Ondo State House of Assembly and is presently representing Ondo State on the board of NDDC. Join me as I recognize and welcome Honorable Otito Thompson Atikase and his wife. You are welcome. We also welcome Madam. You are welcome. Let me, at this point, invite our Vice Chancellor for the question and answer session. Our Vice Chancellor, ma.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for our lecturer. Who else could have done this other than a Futarian? Earlier today in my office, I did mention to him that there is something I call the spirit of the Futarian. It is a different spirit. If you are a Futarian, clap for yourself. We would like to welcome some comments and questions. We will plead with you that you please do not give another lecture. We have listened to the lecture. This is an academic environment, so we know what we do. There can be lectures after lectures and lectures after lectures. But today we will plead that you please make comments, ask questions. But please do not give any lecture. Do we have anyone who wants to make a comment? Or maybe because I said don't give lecture, people don't want to talk. Please don't give lectures, but you can ask questions. Questions, I start from here. No question. One question. This row, one question. Thank you. Or comment. This row, 1 and 1. That's all. And 2. Okay. Baba, if you want to speak, your own is a special floor. You will have it. Thank you. That's row 1 and 2 at the back. And the last row, nobody. Upstairs, nobody. Thank you. So please, you make it brief. We will take all the questions together before the lecturer will respond. The questions and the comments, we'll take everything together. So please, from here, there's a microphone that is coming around. Please introduce yourself and then try to be brief. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Vice Chancellor. My name is Dr. Paul Akinduro from the Justified Models Academy. I want to ask our presenter a question. From everything you've talked about, I'm quite impressed. The question I want to ask is, in your description, you have been able to give us how the information technology is going to drive the economic revolution. I am yet to hear you give a recommendation for FUTA, probably as one of the first universities that can employ these technologies even to our way of learning in this present time. How do we come to a point where we can probably even go paperless in our mode of learning? I still see people buying handouts, submitting notes. I want us to look into that place so that we can help our young coming academicians, because we have decided we want to employ IT in the learning mode. Thank you.
I'm O.S. Adewale, that's my name. I just want to make a comment in the area of the IoT and the sensor you mentioned. I think the NDDC, my brother is also here. Nigeria should also be thinking in that line. You know, today our grid collapse, tomorrow grid collapse. I think we can have a smart grid. Before you get to that level, where we can harvest all the data and move straight and correct that. I think with IoT sensor, we can have something like smart grid, where we can get out of all this trouble. Thank you, man.
Thank you. The next person, please. Professor Falaki, you come last, please.
Thank you. My name is Thank you. My name is Owe Adioti. I have this question. There is this fear AI will get to a time that it will become smarter than man. What is your own view?
Thank you very much. My name is Uluyomi from School of Computing. Technology in driving the fourth industrial revolution. We started hearing about blockchain, I think 10 years after it started in the Western world. We started hearing about AI, machine learning and all this after it has become a norm in the Western world. You have a PhD, you've been in the industry, you've been in Nigeria, you've gone to the Western world. Where do Africa stands as regards receiving this technology at a very early stage and making use of it, instead of just buying the technology and being at the receiving end? Thank you.
Thank you. The next row, please.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Lecturer. My very good students. I'm a little bit worried. I have worries. The Industrial Revolution is bringing more high-level skilled criminals than what can solve our problem. In those days, we had thieves, burglaries, but today we have scammers, Yahoo people, fraudsters, etc. like that. I'm a little bit worried. You have mentioned that, but there is this other worries in academics. Today, when you give your students assignment to do, it takes them 10 minutes, 20 minutes to do. And it will do in such a way that the lecturer will need to go and study, to be able to grab what the student has put down. Now, my worry is that this is going to affect our IQ, the way we think. Even as a lecturer, as a postgraduate student, researchers, if you want to write your thesis, the system will write it perfectly for you. Perfectly for you that even the Trinity, the, what's it called? The system to test for plagiarism will fail, to detect anything. So my worry is that, don't you think that this revolution is bringing more negativity than positivity?
Thank you. I think there is the last person before Baba.
Okay. Good afternoon. So I'm TJ Sunimi Olashore from a student of the School of Computing. You spoke about laws and enforcement policies being an hindrance to some of these technologies, especially when you spoke about the blockchain, that's the cryptocurrency. So I'm asking that how can we leverage, the laws and the policies in order to bring about this kind of technology? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Emeritus Professor Falaki, please.
I think I'm happy that I produce a boy that is able to catch up with events going on in the world. Now, my question is simple. Every revolution is motivated by certain factors. And we could see that the problem we have in Nigeria in not being able to move from one revolution to another is light, electricity. You see, all of these things that we are talking about They cannot be achieved without electricity. Electricity is the force that causes all these things to happen. Without electricity, we cannot put, and all the other things cannot work. So electricity is very, very important factor in all of these revolutions. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for the questions. So yeah, I will start from my Professor Emeritus. The electricity, of course, is a major challenge. It's just so unbelievable because this is a problem that had been solved centuries ago. Okay, and today Africa, most part of Africa is struggling, and even at a time that the world is moving away from even the kind of energy that we are struggling with today. Just 2 months ago, I was in New Jersey, so I visited Princeton University. And on the campus, of course, Princeton will be 300 years old in 2046, okay? So one of the targets of the university is to achieve zero carbon emission by 2046. So what it means is that they are talking about clean energy now. So it's not even the electricity of what we are seeing grappling with today. So I just wish, and it was the same day I read about students complaining about the rationing of electricity on campus. So it's a major problem, and unfortunately, it's not what individual can solve. I just don't know really how Nigeria have got to this stage of maybe Topsy can help with that. But really, I think it's one thing that the policy makers have to just work on. Electricity is really very important. It's not something that we should be struggling with today. So I agree with you, sir. But unfortunately, I just don't know how we can get past this. But it's very important. Now, talking about the question about policy for enabling the technology. I think the first thing is one of the major problems that I noticed in Nigeria is that the state actors are not really well informed, I will not say educated, about some of this technology. When I listen to some of the some really high-placed people talking about blockchain, for example, you just see that this is just complete information out of non-informed, okay? So uninformed kind of bias. So I think the first thing that we really need to do is to make sure that the state actors, okay, they understand this technology. They should be trained and retrained. So it's really very important. And it also takes me back to one of the major things that Nigeria is suffering from, and many African countries. Universities, okay, are the centers of development in any nation. Research and development in the universities are what drive development. There's one thing you have in university that you don't have in any other sphere of life. And that is when you have people that are highly knowledgeable and they also have time to think. Okay? When you are a PhD student, okay, your PhD work is mainly on studies and thinking and research. The policy makers don't even have time to think. So, but in university, you have more than enough resources, okay, to think for you. So most of the problem in Nigeria today, I believe, can be solved from our universities. When you gather people together, okay, in form of research group, you have collaborations, School of Computing, School of Engineering, you have collaboration with School of Agriculture, sponsored by government agencies, okay, sponsored by the corporate organizations. So that is how we can solve problems. Even this is our electricity problem. I believe if we take it back to schools, okay, to the universities, where we have research groups that are well funded, we should be able to solve some of this problem.
Okay? So I think the collaboration between the state industries, the state agencies, and the academics is really very important. It is lacking today in Nigeria. And if you look at it, the advanced world, most of the countries that are leading today, you look at their institutions. So the research and development, innovations, okay, happens in the university. Most of these things we are looking today, they are papers that people have presented years ago. Years ago. AI has been around for a long time. It has only reached, it's just reaching maturity now. But the algorithm, the knowledge, the theoretical framework has already been laid. So, collaboration between the state agencies and the university could help us on that. Talking about criminals taking advantage of technology, well, it is inevitable. Once you have good, you must have the bad. Okay, but I think particularly in our environment, I don't think it's as bad as it's being presented. The scam, some of the scam, I look at it from distance. Some of them are coming from position of a misunderstanding. Like I said, people don't really understand. Yes, there is Yahoo Plus and all that. Yeah, like we read in the newspaper. But the understanding of what makes up of those things, there is a convolution which is as a result of knowledge gap. Okay? And that's why you see most of these things happen around the universities. Because these students are at the age where their brain works a lot, as in think a lot, they see what is going on around, and then when they try to apply some of this technology, because people don't understand, they feel that they are doing something that is not good. So there is need for, like I said again, state actors to fully understand this technology and be able to distinguish between what is good and what is bad. And then to address these two, that's why we have cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is growing wide and wide and wide today. And it's to be able to address some of these issues. So imagine in the future if you have your personal assistant robot and somebody hack into your personal assistant. So you can use your personal assistant to kill you. So that is why it's very important, okay? And that's why, like I said, cybersecurity is one of the professions of the future. Africa, okay, there's a question about what Africa stands to gain and where Africa stands. Yeah, of course, is what we all know. The first two industrial revolutions, Africa was completely left out because, of course, there is even no communication. You don't know what happened there because what existed in isolation then. So people live in silos. You don't even know what is happening. To talk of it. But from third industrial revolution, with the invention of computer and internet, now we have opportunity. As individual, not much excuses. But of course, we still have policy bottlenecks. We still go back to my, what I still insist on, that very important collaboration between the government agencies and the universities, very, very, very important. That is how we can get out of some of these things. We need to start localizing some of our research. Research primarily for solving problems. But we have a lot of problems around. So many problems, local problems, that the West have solved several years ago. So it's no longer a problem for them. And some of these problems are even like, they are kind of what we call native problem, okay? They are problems within their environment. So, and it takes the native knowledge to solve those problems. So we need to start looking at how we can shape some of our research also to solve the local problems. And then the professors too, please, when your students try to solve problems locally too, I think they should be encouraged, okay? Not thinking that they are too simple, okay? Anything that can solve problem helps humanity. So humanity needs help. So, and that is one of the things that I research. Is the research, okay, that take us to where we are today. That is why the world is where the world is today. So the resources in our university have to be fully tapped into. And about plagiarism too, and copy, of course. That as well is one of the challenges. Even in the West now, from even the elementary school, okay, the teachers are trained to check the work. I'm talking about primary school now. So they check the assignment to be sure if they copy or not. So there are tools that allow you to check. So if you have a work that you are reviewing, you can check if this one from ChatGPT or any other generative AI. because it's just inevitable. Okay, and for every technology, there's always the pros and the cons. Okay, so the pros for this technology, they far outweigh whatever disadvantage they may have. So that is why the world has no option but to forge ahead. But every problem that this technology presents also create another opportunity. Okay, so there are tools that are being developed to address some of these issues. Yeah, Nigeria, very important. IoT can help a lot. We have pipeline vandalism and all that. So those are the areas where we can deploy technology. And again, to be able to do that, the collaboration of the government agency with the universities is very key. So recommendation for FUTA on the use of technology. I know FUTA has been doing very well, very, very, very well. The FUTA I left many years ago is not the FUTA of today. So I'm very happy to see that we are evolving with technology. Even the establishment of School of Computing alone shows that we are on the right track. Okay, we have forward-thinking people managing the affairs of the university, and I really want to thank the Vice Chancellor and every other person that is involved. So we already, because the computer science as a subject domain is already too wide to manage all this technology. That's why you can start having specialization from the undergraduate level. So you don't need to finish computer science before you start studying about cybersecurity, okay, or data science and all that. So now we have all that, so we are getting ready and we are building the workforce. So again, I would say where I can encourage the university, particularly the School of Computing, is to just try to solve local problems. And then we see how we can, today, workforce, remote work is very big. And I think in terms of revenue generation, university can do a lot. So School of Computing can render services to organizations, to corporations, even outside Nigeria. Okay, you can run a technical call centers. You can get projects and execute them. So blockchain, for example, blockchain presently employ more than 200,000 people, professionals. More than 80% of them are core IT people. Talk of cybersecurity, DevOps, infrastructure engineers, Solidity programmers, full stack, and all that. So, and out of this job, most of them are remote. Up to 90% are remote. So, there's a way we can become more productive, making use of our master students, PhD students, to work on projects that could also earn income. Yeah, so yeah, I'll stop that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We give him a big round of applause. I would only like to add something to what he has said, and that's the mindset of the Nigerian. I want us to please embrace IT. Instead of looking at it from the negative side, let's see it on the positive side. He said something, when young people do IT, we believe that they can only do it negatively. It's not true. And that people are even doing it in Nigeria does not mean that Nigeria is the seat of people doing it. When I came into FUTA, I asked that all the signposts bearing no to exam malpractices be removed. And somebody asked me why. And I said, the exam malpractice that we are doing here is 1/100 of what they are doing in most advanced countries. And you will not enter any of their university and say no to exam malpractices. Why are we advertising it? Why are we doing as if this is the seat of exam malpractices? We have to realize that what is a global village. Whatever happens here happens in other places. We are not promoting it. We are not encouraging it. But we are not the black, if I can use that word, we are not the black sheep. We are just part of the people. We want to thank you, sir, for the lecture again. PRO, please take over. Here, madam. who else is worthy to be recognized than our own Dr. Johnson Yaya, the lecturer of today? On behalf of the School of Computing, we thank you for who you represent and how you have been representing us well. It's just a recognition of your person and your commitment to our university and to the school. On behalf of FUTA, we present this.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
The next award goes to Mr. Olushola technology entrepreneur, an unleashed alumnus, high global leader, the author of Are You Branded or Stranded, 2010 and 2020, and AZ of AI Consulting, is a global shaper of the World Economic Forum, was a member of the country support mechanism of the Global Community Engagement and Resilience Fund in Nigeria from 2016 to 2018, and the president of the 8th and 9th session of the African Youth and Governance Conference. Olu obtained a Bachelor of Technology degree and a Master of Technology degree in Computer Science from the Federal University of Technology, Akure FUTA, in 2012 and 2023, respectively. His educational foundation has provided him with a robust knowledge base that he continuously applies to his professional endeavors. Olu is strongly concerned about subjects such as unemployment, talent migration trends and their economic impact, literacy, internet penetration, data privacy, and global abundance frameworks. In 2014, he was appointed as the head of corporate citizenship at Microsoft Nigeria. Olushola was responsible for driving all non-profit initiatives, social investments, and impact-oriented engagements for the subsidiary within the larger Middle East and Africa group. In 2021, Olu became the CEO, co-founder of Vestai, a neobank for immigrants designed for community and information sharing, financial services, and smooth transitioning for immigrants. Vestai was founded to bring solutions to immigrants' problems and afford them seamless transitions to their preferred destinations globally. In his 15 years long career, Olu has completed projects for Microsoft, Amazon Web Services, World Bank, Sterling Bank of Nigeria, Shell Petroleum Development Company, First Bank of Nigeria, Youth Bridge Foundation, Ghana, Zambia, and Johannesburg, as well as entrepreneurial organization. He completed a non-profit strategy course at Philanthropy University, the Blockchain Essentials specialization at IBM, and is the principal software architect at Covenant AI and Curators University. Olu shares his time between Dallas, Texas, San Francisco, London, and Lagos with his family. Our Vice Chancellor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Olushola Olu Amuson for his award. And I would like to invite the Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic to do the presentation, while the librarian should assist in doing that. Thank you.
And it's dark and very cold. Don't even know when I'm coming home. When the city calls, I must show. They know the cause and
as a distinguished alumnus of the university to you in this day, 17th October 2024. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Before I call the next awardee, let me quickly recognize and welcome our former FUTASU president, Wale Adelakun. You are welcome. And also, we have the representative of FUTA Alumni Worldwide, the vice president, FUTA Alumni Worldwide, Mrs. Bukola Olasalau. You are welcome, ma'am. The next award goes to Mr. Clement Fisayo Oyebode, and his citation will be read by Ms. Uloma Iremiren. Mrs. Iremiren, sorry.
Akure in 1992. Thereafter, he gained admission to study computer science at the University of Technology, Akure, where he graduated with Bachelor of Technology in 1999. He has several IT certifications, such as ITIL, Project Management Practitioner, Business Analysis and Modeling, Quality Management, Process Re-engineering, to mention a few. He is also an alumnus of Bangor Business School, Bangor University, Wales, United Kingdom, where he obtained a Chartered Banker MBA degree with distinction. In addition, he is a member of the Chartered Banker Institute of Scotland, an associate of the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria, and also an associate of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria. Shortly after complementing the mandatory National Youth Service in year 2000, he worked with Exact Data Micros Limited, Lagos, as a software tester for 3 years. He later joined the employee of the Central Bank of Nigeria in 2004 as an assistant IT quality management analyst, a role in which he facilitated the conduct of tests of applications deployed in the bank and other IT quality activities. He has since then worked in several other managerial roles, such as heading the IT Service Center and IT Business Relationship Management in the bank. He has also worked as a project manager and a business analyst at different times. Currently, he is an assistant director and leads one of the software development teams in IT department of the bank. His team focuses on development and support of surveillance and regulatory applications, many of which are used by banks and other financial institutions to render various regulatory returns to CBN. He is happily married to Evelyn and blessed with 4 children. I present to you Clement Fisayo Oyebode, CB, MBA, ACIB, ACA, for the award.
Let me invite the Deputy Vice Chancellor of Development to presentation while our registrar assists.
I present to you Mr. Clement F. Oyebode this award for your wonderful work that you have been doing and the recognition of all these wonderful works. Thank you. God bless you.
I listen to Jah, make I no reason to fall. Man, I been living too fast, make I dey chill and relax. Life has been good to me, I do not take this with levity. Nothing is
Congratulations.
but lucky I'm grateful for everything.
Let me invite the next person, Honorable Otito Atikashe, for his award, while I invite my colleague, Mrs. Anu Oyedepo, to take the citation.
As you dey see, I give the glory to God. As you dey see, I give the glory to God.
Citation on Honorable Thompson Atikashe. Otito Thompson Atikashe was born on 16th, 1970 May into the royal lineage of Ehimore, a blend of Akinei ruling house in the Mahin Kingdom and Agboidun ruling house in the Igbo Kingdom. His name, a legacy passed down by his grandfather, Ehimore Ezekiel Atikashe, was a prophecy setting the stage for a life of impact and leadership. Otito's educational journey began in the serene confines of Holy Trinity Anglican Primary School, Igbokoda, between 1979 and 1984, and progressed through the halls of Ilaje High School, 1985 to 1990, and Methodist High School, Okitipupa, between 1992 and 1993. These formative years were a crucible for forging the resilience required to transcend the oppressive boundaries of his environment's inherent challenges. Defying the constraints of his surroundings, Otito embarked on a tertiary academic venture at the Federal University of Technology, Akure, Futa, where he studied computer science at the Department of Industrial Mathematics and Computer Science from 1995 to 2001. Here, his political consciousness and leadership understanding began to take roots. Representing his department and the Students' Representative Council, SRC, in 1996 to 1997 was merely a prelude to his consequential election as president of Futsasu government in 1997 to 1998. Otito's passion for service extended beyond academic leadership. He served as the National Secretary of the National Association of Elijah Students between 1997 and 1998, channeling his dedication towards his peers' collective welfare and progress. He joined the Niger Delta Youth Movement, eventually serving as the National Welfare Officer from 2002 to 2004, advocating for the development and well-being of the broader Niger Delta community. Recognition of the contributions wasn't long in coming, as the Ondo State government appointed him to the State Library Board from 2003 to 2005, an opportunity that further highlighted his administrative capabilities. This experience paved the way for a significant role as an administrative officer at the Niger Delta Development Commission from 2004 to 2006. Yet, the call to serve his community resonated strongly, leading Otito to resign from NDDC and embrace leadership as an elected Ondo State House of Assembly member in 2007. Thank you. Otito's political journey continued to ascend, and from 2015 to 2016, he served as the Senior Special Assistant to the Governor of Political Matters. He also served as the caretaker chairman for Ilaje local governments from 2018 to 2020. His influence within local government circles was recognized as he chaired the Association of Local Governments of Nigeria, ALGON, Ondo State chapter from 2019 to 2020. Otito remains an active participant in shaping the political future of his community and states. He played a significant role in the APC National Convention as a committee member in 2022. He demonstrated strategic political insights as the Director General of the Tinubu Shetima Campaign Council, a larger local government in 2023. Like a golden fish that has no hiding place, Honorable Otito Thompson Atikashe was appointed by the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He represents Ondo State on the board of the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, a critical interventionist agency with a vision to facilitate the rapid and sustainable development of the Niger Delta into a region that is economically prosperous, socially stable, ecologically regenerated, and politically peaceful. Beyond the political arena, Otito Thompson Atikashe is a family man, blessed with a loving wife and wonderful children. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Honorable Otito Thompson Atikashe, who is from a humble beginning to political bigwig, for his award.
Thank you very much. I would like to invite his wife to please join him. Madam, please can you join him? Let me invite our Vice Chancellor to do the presentation, to be assisted by the Chairman Committee of Deans, Professor Ajay.
It's good to give the cap to whom it fits. This award fits you, sir. On behalf of our university and the School of Computing, we recognize your contributions to our university right from your days as students, even up to now as the Honorable Commissioner representing Ondo State on the board of NDDC. We thank you for all you represent and all you do, and we present this award to you. Congratulations.
I'm your dad, I'm your uncle, I'm your popsy. I be old man, no go they call me Gen Z. Where I see, steady giving them the what you love for.
Thank you very much, ma. I would like to invite our Vice Chancellor, other principal officers, and all the awardees to please step forward for group photograph. We'll continue because the VC needs to leave us for official assignment.
Distinguished senior here present, we want to apologize. We actually are supposed to have interviews for some set of people from 10 a.m. and we have postponed. So please just bear with us. Some of us will leave, some of us will stay. The program continues. Thank you. But please let me recognize and thank our brother, Mr. Amusa. The Yoruba people say, when you say somebody has gone to war and he comes back to say, I killed 500 people at the war front. But as soon as he stepped into the house, he stepped on 10 chicken and they died. Even if you did not see the one in the war front, you have seen the one in the house. Whatever it is he has achieved, we want to thank him. But more importantly, he is the one that has been helping the university to pay our subscription, our web hosting. He's been assisting us with that. So we thank you for what you are doing. Even if we do not see the others, we see this one. Thank you very much.
Please, Mr. Amuson, can you join, sir? Okay. The picture first. Madam. All the awardees.
falala. Make I dey falala, falala. Blessings upon my life till they see me for valala. Mama say make I listen to Jah, make I no reason to fall. Man, I be living too fast, make I dey chill and relax. Life has been good to me, I do not take this with levity. Nothing is new to me, but low-key I'm grateful for everything. The good and the bad and the ugly, all of the joy and the suffering. And then it dawned on me, all that I seek is in front of me. Iṣẹ́ Olúwa kò sẹ́ni tó yé bí mo ṣe ṣe mi ò mọ̀. I just stay on my grind every day, I keep my eyes looking up. As you dey see, I give the glory to God. As you dey see, I give the glory to God. Iṣẹ́ Olúwa kò sẹ́ni tó yé bí mo ṣe ṣe mi ò mọ̀. I just stay on my grind every day, I keep my eyes looking up. As you dey see, I give the glory to God. As you dey see, I give the glory to God. All my life been on the road, and it's dark and very cold. Don't even know when I'm coming home. When duty calls, I must to show. They know the cons and all the pros. Before I left my comfort zone, don't even know when I'm coming home. When duty calls, I must to show. But Baba Moro already knew why you. Baba Moro already knew why you. Baba Moro already knew why you. I ain't need that, I do well. I ain't see who I don't already. Ìgbà tí bá lọ, má jẹ́ kó ṣẹ̀yìn rẹ̀, Baba. Baba Moro already knew why you.
Thank you very much.
Grateful for your love.
Before I want to invite Honorable Atikashe. He has something to say.
And if you ever fall, you go land on the cloud. And it's time to let it go. Don't even know when I'm coming home. When beauty comes, I must to show. They know the cons and all the pros.
Okay. The Dean School of Computing on his authority that Honorable Atikashe cannot speak now. I need to wait. Let me invite the next awardee, Prince Joshua Oyetakin, to step forward as I invite Mrs. Remiren to read his citation.
And I go chop until the kingdom come. I do better do I do give me the package so make nobody come de buga. When I do titikati, they taxi, they juicy.
Profile of Prince Joshua Oyetakin. Prince Joshua Oyetakin attended the Holy Trinity Anglican School in Igbokoda in 1984 before proceeding to Ilaje High School, Igbokoda, in 1990 for his secondary education. He graduated from the then Department of Industrial Mathematics and Computer from the Federal University of Technology, Akure, in 2000, and worked at the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria in 2001 as a core member.
He started his career as General Manager, Sales and Marketing in 2001 at Orator Oil and Gas Marketing Company and worked there up until 2003. He then moved to Petroleum Products Pricing Regulatory Agency in 2004 and served there till 2020 as Deputy Chief Officer. He is the Deputy Manager at NMDPR, that is the Nigeria Midstream Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, and he has been there since 2021. He has attended numerous professional courses and workshops in oil and gas within Nigeria and beyond. He is a chartered member of Rotary Golf Club of Port Harcourt, Rivers State, and a devout Christian. He is happily married and blessed with lovely children. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Prince Joshua Oyetaki for the award. Thank you.
Let me invite the representative of the University Bossa, Mr. Afabusui, to do the presentation, to be assisted by the Dean, School of Computing.
Been on the bench, I've been waiting for the world to come activate me. Now see my boy, don't biggie man. I wish mommy can see me now. Fine lady, how am I now? They won't call me, move to me now. I do buy Billy do my
On behalf of the Federal University of Technology, Akure Management, for your contribution to the development of ICT in Nigeria and worldwide, we present to you this award, Distinguished Alumnus Award. Congratulations.
Congratulations and thank you. The next award goes to Mr. Fawaz Odesonya, represented by Professor B.K. Aleshe. You are representing Mr. Fawaz Odesonya. Is the next awardee. I would like to invite our DVCD to do the presentation.
Congratulations on behalf of the Dean, who is the person standing, the Madam Vice Chancellor, and the School of Computing. I present this distinguished alumnus award to Mr. Fawaz Odesanya. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Let me invite Professor Oluwatoyin Adenike Olaseyinde. She's representing Mrs. Yemi Udoye Nisoni. We are not taking the citation because she's represented. Please, can you step forward? I would like to invite the university librarian to do the presentation.
It is my pleasure on behalf of the Federal University of Technology, Akure, and especially the School of Computing, to present this award to you. Congratulations.
Congratulations. The next awardee is Mr. George Oladiran Babafemi, represented by Mr. Tunde Babafemi. Mr. Tunde Babafemi. Okay, thank you. Let me invite our guest lecturer, Please, can you do the presentation, please? Thank you.
Steady increase in the command. Original no be parody. You know feel clear for your memory. Whether now winter or summer, I did Papa just Savannah. Living life, see my fire burning bright within the inside me. Smally way day.
So this award is presented to you in honor of contribution to the significant growth of the society and the thank you very much.
The next person is Dr. Opeyemi Dele Ajayi, represented by Professor O.S. Ajayi. Professor O.S. Ajayi. Let me invite the Dean SPS, School of Physical Science, to do the presentation.
Cash money, I'm a yummy job. Young Shoki, I'm on the door. Kali push you good. Past my team, I get on. Sometimes me, I play to the left.
On behalf of Federal University of Technology, Akure, and School of Computing in particular, I present this award to you, to Dr. Opeyemi Dele Ajayi. Congratulations.
Congratulations, sir. The next award goes to Dr. Oluwatosin Oluwadare, represented by Mrs. Oluwadare Esther. Mrs. Oluwadare Esther, let me invite the representative of FUTA Alumni Worldwide, Mrs. Ola Salau, to do the presentation.
Thank you. This award is presented to Dr. Oluwatosin Oluwadare in honor and recognition of your significant contribution to the society and accomplishment in the field of computing that have brought honor to the university. On behalf of School of Computing, Federal University of Technology, Akure, send to you this award. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. The next award goes to Mr. Temitope Ogunbolu, represented by Mr. Ariyo Henry. Let me invite the Dean SOC to do the presentation.
This award is presented to Mr. Temitope Ogunbolu in honor and recognition of your significant contribution to the society and accomplishment in the field of computing that brought honor to the university. Congratulations.
The next award goes to Mr. Oluyomi Lawrence Jegede, represented by Dr. Oluyemi Gbadamoshi. I would like to invite Director WASCA, Professor Ife Balogun, to do the presentation. Director WASCA. I saw him. Okay. Director Saints, please.
Mr. Oluyomi L. Jegede, on behalf of FUTA and School of Computing in particular, we present to you this award in recognition of your significant contributions to the society and accomplishment in the field of computing. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. The next award goes to Emeritus Professor Samuel Oluwole Falaki. And you know, there is a Yoruba adage that says, Toto ṣebí òwe níwájú ẹ̀yin àgbà pé tí èkúté bá dàgbà àbí wọ́n ní ọmú ọmọ ẹ̀ ló máa ń mu. Òkété wọ́n ní ọmọ ẹ̀ ló máa ń mu. I want to invite Honorable Atikashe to do that presentation. To be assisted by the DVCD, please can you join in this presentation?
I am happy to get this done because Papa was one of my lecturers in those days. And the joy I have today is that despite my involvement in unionism, I never compromised my academics for anything. So, Emeritus Professor Samuel Oluwole Falaki, in honor and recognition of your meritorious contributions to the field of computing, I present this to you, sir, on behalf of the university.
Congratulations, sir. Congratulations, ma'am. The next award goes to the Pioneer Dean of School of Computing, Professor Olumide Sunday Adewale. Let me invite our former DVCA, Professor Arayela, to do the presentation. Another àgbà tó fẹ́ wo àgbà.
On behalf of the management and in particular the School of Computing, I present to you for your pioneering effort as the Pioneer Dean, School of Computing by the Federal University of Technology, Akure. Warm congratulations, sir.
Congratulations, sir. The next award goes to Professor Oluwole Charles Akinyokun. Let me invite Director Futa ODL to do the presentation.
It's a great pleasure to be called out to come and do this presentation to my boss, one of our daddy those days in IMC. We grew up under his tutelage. So, Professor Osi Akinyoku, so in recognition of your contribution in the field of computing and human development, on behalf of the university, precisely the School of Computing and the IMC of those days, I do this presentation in recognition of your contribution. Congratulations, sir.
The next award goes to a former council member, Futa, our former dean, SOS, Professor Olubode Kolade Koriko. The award will be presented by the university librarian.
My employer. It is my honor and pleasure again to present this award to you. Professor Olubode Kolade Koriko, Award of Meritorious Service on behalf of the School of Computing. Congratulations.
Congratulations, sir. Let me invite the representative of late Professor Joseph Kayode Ogunmoyela, represented by his son, Mr. J.K. Ogunmoyela, to step up for his award. The award will be presented by DCD.
And this is very interesting. Congratulations, you are receiving this award, standing proxy of our daddy. And that means he has done a lot. And you can see, it's a challenge to you too, that we have to put something on ground for posterity. I present to you this posthumous meritorious service award to Professor Joseph K. Ogunmoyela for all that he is and has done to this university, to the computing and scientific world, which is standing the test of time. I present on behalf of the computing, the Dean, School of Computing, Madam Vice Chancellor of the University, and the entire students of the School of Computing. Congratulations.
The next award goes to late Professor Richard Ademola Ademiluyi, represented by Dr. Adedayo Ademiluyi. The award will be presented by the representative of the University Bossa, Mr. Fabusi.
On behalf of the University Management and the School of Computing, I present this to you in grateful recognition of your father's meritorious contributions to the development of the Department of Industrial Mathematics and Computer Science of the Federal University of Technology, Akure. Congratulations.
Congratulations. The next award goes to late Professor B.O. Fajuigbe, represented by Mrs. Adejoke Koyejo. I would like to invite the Dean, School of Computing, to present the award.
On behalf of the School of Computing, this award, the Posthumous Meritorious Service Award, is presented to Professor B. Ofajigbe in grateful recognition of his meritorious contribution to the development of the Department of Industrial Mathematics and Computer Science, Federal University of Technology, Akure. Congratulations.
The last but not the least is Mr. Babatunde Sylvester Ige. And I would like to invite the DVD representing our Vice Chancellor to do the presentation.
Thank you so much, Daddy. This is another way of saying thank you so much for your contribution to the Federal University of Technology, Akure. Your work and what you have put in place is there for people to see, and that is what is attracting this award today. And so, on behalf of the School of Computing, the Dean, student of the School of Computing, and Madam Vice Chancellor, I present to you this award, award for meritorious service. It is presented to Mr. Babatunde Sylvester Ige. Congratulations. Thank you.
I would like to say congratulations to all the awardees. At this point, I would like to take two responses or three from one, okay, from the awardees, and let me invite Honorable Atikashi.
The university management, all my lecturers here in seated, Professor Akinyoku, I can cite you, sir. Professor Adewale, I can see you. Professor Koriko, my own brother. Baba Falaki, I greet you. And Professor Alise, my lecturer. I want to greet all of you and congratulate the awardees once again. I just have this to say. The university, anyway, let me say this before I go ahead. I'm not alone. You know, my wife is here. Two of my students are here. Adeshola Atikashi is an engineering student. Adeshola Atikashi is a medical student. The last one is in secondary school. I don't have more than that. May God protect them for me. So, you know, in our place, where I come from, an average politician, when he gets a new appointment, there must be additional wife. But because I've been molded by Futa, I won't join them. So, the university is just like a baby that all the people in the community must look after. That is why in project management, the emphasis is always on stakeholders engagement, stakeholders. So in this case too, we must always engage our stakeholders because the university management cannot do it alone. Like Baba said, the backbone of technology is electricity. If you cannot get the main electricity, we can, you know, out of strategic thinking, we can get something that will be constant and be useful for the university technological advancement. Like our lecturer said, that policymakers don't think. I take an exception to that. I do not belong to that category. Yes, I am a Futa product, and wherever I am, I want to prove my mentor. Yes, I do not belong to those politicians that do not understand the essence of governance. The essence of governance is to develop the system, to develop the society. It's not about parading paraphernalia of office. So I do not belong to that category. And I think what you can do in that respect, like I've suggested to the board, I've written a memo to the board that yes, NDD provides solar lights, but there's no economic attachment to that solar light. It's only a word of the criminals. But that's not enough. We have to go beyond that. Because in the rural area, in the remote area of the Niger Delta, we don't have national grid. So we have to make provision for this. So we are thinking about solar mini grid, like a solar farm that can power the street and also power the home, which also add to the economic value of the people. Likewise, we can have a solar farm here that will power the computing center. You understand? So when there is problem, or when there are problems, the next thing to do is to think about how to provide solution. So some of us, we are policymakers and we also think. I want to assure the university management that silver and gold I have not, but I will use this position, to the advantage of the technological advancement of this university. The difference between the advanced world and with the developing world is infrastructure. It's lack of infrastructure. We lack infrastructure to build on. Put us on the same pedestal, we excel. But because of the way our system is configured, there's no how brilliant you are. You won't go beyond your society. You cannot develop beyond your society. It's not possible. So the society will pull you back. But when you move out of this system, you can see some level of excellence on the part of our people. So therefore, we need to come together as a people. The management must collaborate with people in government. Let us look for our students that have our people that have graduated from here and see how they can, fly back. The university has made me. That's the truth. And I want to say that I'm proud of my lecturers who are here. Yes, I'm proud of them. They have actually molded us. They have actually taught us properly. And today, some of us can stand anywhere in the whole world and, make our point and move ahead. Yes, all of us cannot be in the academics because society itself is about division of labor. While some are coming from academics, some of us will come from political angle. We have to collaborate and form a robust synergy for the development of the society. So when I left university immediately, I went into politics. Thereafter I was employed in NDDC. If you listen to my profile, you will discover that it got a time when I resigned. Because they said as a civil servant, you can only be seen, you cannot be heard. And I wanted to be seen and be heard. I had to resign because that system was not compatible with my own political tendencies. So I had to resign. Now here I am today. And I can assure you that I'm ready and willing to work with the university management in the provision of infrastructure. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you very much, Honorable Atikashi. We are expecting and we are waiting. Now, before we take the vote of thanks, quickly an announcement. All the awardees and their guests will be meeting with the Dean, School of Computing at the school. Right now, let me invite Professor O. Obe, the Chair Organizing Committee, for the vote of thanks. Shall we applaud Professor B?
Okay. We give glory to God for the first annual lecture. We all know whatever has a beginning definitely must have an end. So we have come to the end of this first annual lecture. But the first annual lecture would not have been a success if not for the contribution made by eminent leaders of the School of Computing, of the university as a whole, and also the member of the School of Computing as a whole as well. So we really appreciate the effort of all those that travel down from far places to grace this occasion. We say thank you very much. Thank you, Professor Falaki, Professor Akiyoko, Professor Koriko, Professor Adewale, Baba Ige. I call him Baba Ige. Thank you very much. All our awardees, thank you very, very much. You actually, deserve much more than what you have been given today. And definitely we know we have more time to collaborate and to be of help to one another. Thank you very much. The Vice Chancellor, the principal officers, we really thank you for the opportunity, for the facilities, and for the financial help. We really thank you for all this. Thank you very much, and God bless us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Having come to the end of this ceremony, I would like respectively ask us to rise as we take first the futa anthem and then the national anthem.
Appreciation. Mo dúpẹ́ oníbùwọ̀rẹ́ bàbá gbọ́ pẹ́ mi. Appreciation. Mo dúpẹ́ oníbùwọ̀rẹ́ bàbá.
All the awardees and their guests, we are meeting at the School of Computing. All the awardees and their guests.